Hello and welcome to the Filter Kaapi interviews. The Sabarimala verdict was out on the review petitions that were filed on the September 2018 verdict of the Supreme Court, which threw open the doors of the temple to women of all age groups. With me is Dagopati Suresh Babu, who has gone on a pilgrimage to Sabarimala, and this is going to be your 32nd year. 32nd year. How do you see? We spoke about when the verdict happened last year in September. How do you see the Supreme Court deciding to now refer it to a larger 7-judge bench?
See, to me, these are all very relative decisions that they are making. It's not going to please anyone, whether you do give it this way or that way. There will be arguments and there will be discussions about it. I personally don't. I wouldn't mind whatever happens, because for the real devotee, it's about going there and coming back. And now some of us feel that tradition should be maintained. For us, it is climbing the 18 steps which is the most important thing. It's not even about the deity. It's the values, the system. It's yes, do a vratam, do it properly, climb your 18 steps, and then you meditate. And that's how I take it. But for some, seeing that little deity is the most important thing. And they don't live in their homes, they live outside, they don't see women, they just take it to the extreme. For them it really hurts, and they think, and somewhere I think it's becoming more political and more activism oriented than the real issue. If and now that they brought the other castes also into it, other religions, I don't know where it is really going to end up.
Two things here, Suresh. Does it bother you when you go to Sabarimala every year that, at least last year, that there were women of all age groups also climbing the 18 steps and seeing the date?
See, I went last year, there was no woman climbing the 18 steps. There were hardly anybody. And usually when we go, when we see some older people or younger people, some kind of space is given while they walk. But on the 18 steps, it's just horrible. It's so sad when you see these people being pulled up the steps. Even for men, it's so difficult to, when you go in the season, when it's really crowded. Now, how many women are going to come? One girl, 1,000 or lakhs? Then definitely there will be a bit of a discomfort in the kind of place that is.
No, in the sense that so far I'm told that close to 35 women have registered that they want to undertake this pilgrimage. Will it lead to friction again this time, and will it bother the real devout that people who are not supposed to go, quote unquote, are actually making the pilgrimage?
See, I don't think anyone will stop because another woman has gone there, that the temple has now become very not pious anymore. That will not happen. But they will feel that their ego is hurt. That why are they rubbing it on us? When for all these years things were like this, why are they putting it? As if this is the only thing that is left in the country to take care of. And there are so many temples that men don't go. There are so many pujas that men don't do. Now you go and start doing it. What is it that you want to do? And yeddu ante taddu, is that the way you want to lead life, or you want a normal thing? Let's live with it. But the other argument is, how long are you going to live with these old things? Why don't we move on? So we should move on, but do it. They could have done it in a much more subtler manner.
Is it about gender equality? Is that the way you see it?
It's not about gender equality. It's just that people are making political use out of it. For me, for very few people, it's gender equality. Very hardly. The real religious girl of that age will not want to do, if she is really religious and pious, she will go by the law. She will say, okay, this God said this. Otherwise, why will they get up in Kartik Masam at 3 o'clock in the morning, do all these things? So those people, for them, they will go by what the scriptures or the traditions say. It's for others who want to make an issue out of everything.
So it has become a thing of women activism?
Yes, to me, more of activism and less of gender equality. And I'm not saying activism is wrong, because activism has helped in many places. But here, I don't know really. For me, it really doesn't matter. I will still continue to go, but I'll be a little more cautious or careful when I do this whole thing.
But in a larger sense, do you see it kind of coming to any kind of conclusion, or do you think the stalemate will only continue given that it will take time for them to constitute a larger bench? Then that will have to hear the entire case all over again. So, in a sense, that we are turning the clock backwards while there is no stay on the 2018 order.
See, I think it'll take a while for them to settle these issues. And see, when there was a stay, how many people went in the last year? Very few. And one or two people went, and then they squeaked and they got into trouble. Do people want to do that? It's if you open the doors, are lakhs of people wanting to come out, thousands of. I don't know. I don't know what everyone is heading to, and why everybody is making such a big issue out of it. You don't know
In
what.
the sense that in the Ayodhya verdict, Ram Lalla was described as a juristic person, and the argument all along in the Sabarimala case has been that the Lord Ayyappa deity also has to be recognized as one who has rights, and because he is an eternally celibate person or deity, his rights need to be recognized. You concur with that argument?
I'm actually I go to the temple, but I don't know who's right, what it is. That places like that, respect it as it is. That's how we are. I see we are not fighters. We are not activists on any of these things. Because so to me, if Ram Leela's judgment was like that, then I'm sure something similar like that will only come up here. Because tomorrow, we don't know what's going to happen in the mosque or in the Parsi temple. So all these things will start playing out. Once you start playing out, then do you want to really put the whole social fabric in a kind of imbalanced situation? What is it that you want to lead to? Are the judges going to take those kinds of calls? I really don't know. Or is it all going to be politically motivated for somebody to win, somebody to lose? It's quite unfortunate.
It's a contentious issue, and I'm sure that it will take many more years now for them to resolve the issue.
And then once it's resolved, again life will go on as normal, and nobody will bother also, and no girl will come to that.
All the best to you for your 32nd pilgrimage. Thank you very much. Thank you.